Let us start with the second experiment of VTU lab list, that is to develop a content provider application with an activity called meeting schedule, which takes date, time and meeting agenda as input. Okay, we have to create an application which with an activity called meeting schedule, which takes date, time and schedule meeting agenda. Date, time and meeting agenda as input from the user, and store this information into SQLite database. This should store this information into SQLite database. In this interface, meeting schedule is to be entered, that is date, time and meeting agenda, and when you click on add meeting agenda, the information need to be stored in the SQLite database. Create another application with the activity called meeting info. We have to create another application with the activity called meeting info having date picker tool. Having date picker tool means when you click on the calendar icon, it should display the calendar and you should be able to pick the date from the calendar, and that date has to be displayed in the text box. Okay, and then on selection of the date, you should display meeting agenda information for that particular date. Okay, if the meeting is there on that date, it should display the meeting agenda information. Else it should display a toast message saying that no meeting on this date. Else it should display no meeting on this date. Okay, this is the problem explanation. Now we have to code it in the Android Studio. Okay, let us go to Android Studio. Here, when you create activity for this, it has to be created as a tabbed activity. Let us see the main activity.xml, that is activity main.xml. You can see activity main.xml with a tabbed activity. Okay, with a tabbed activity where there are different tabs. Okay, and when you are going to run the application, for example, if you are run this application, by clicking on run, you can see this result when you execute this application. Okay, and it is having meeting detail app. When you click on schedule meeting, okay, it displays the schedule meeting information. Okay, when you are clicking on this date, it has to display the calendar. Okay, or you can enter the date for scheduling meeting. Okay, when you click on this, it has to display the calendar. From this calendar, you are going to select a date. Okay, and then time you can type. Time you can type as 10 a.m. 10 a.m. and meeting agenda you can type as department info. See, when you are going to see activity main.xml, it is not showing schedule meeting and get information meeting tabs, and it is not showing any this kind of interface. Then how to get this kind of interface without showing in the main activity? These activities are nothing but additional activity which are created as fragment 1. Okay, and when you click on this button, it shows add meeting schedule, and when you're clicking on add meeting schedule, it adds to database. Okay, it adds to database. And go to the previous screen. Go to the previous screen. Now you added meeting schedule. and when you click on get meeting information, it is displaying another activity, that is fragment 2. Another activity, that is fragment 2. Like that, there are two fragments, fragment 1 and fragment 2. Okay, now when you click on get information, get meeting information, it is displaying this, and it displays the calendar also. You can select that particular date, it displays that date in this edit text, and search to get meeting detail. Okay, it should display the meeting information in the message. Okay, this is the program. Okay, this program you have to design. First you have to design the interface, and then you should get the output. What are the steps need to be followed for this? The steps need to be followed for this is like this. First you have to create a file, okay, and then new, and then select, okay, in the file new, in new project you have to select tabbed activity. Instead of empty activity, you have to select tabbed activity. Okay, then select next, and it allows you to give the name. Name you can give anything. For example, the name of the current app is meeting info. You can give any name, and then you have to select finish. When you click on finish, it displays a empty activity. It displays an empty activity without any text like this. Okay, without any text, it displays empty activity, and you will get main activity design in this way. This is the design of main activity, and meeting detail text will not be there, not there. Okay, it just gives you fragment main.xml, fragment main.xml, okay, with the empty design. There is no interface in the fragment main. There is no interface in the fragment main. But if you go to activity main, you will get interface. But how to get this text, how to get this meeting details information, that we have to see. You have to go to values folder, which is under res. Okay, see, first of all the folder will be like this. Go to res folder, then go to values folder, and then go to strings.xml, double click on strings.xml, and you have to type the whatever information you want to display here. If you want to display schedule meeting, you have to type a schedule meeting. Okay, and it will be displayed in the capital letter. If you want to display get meeting information, you have to type get meeting info. It will be displayed in the capital letter. And then this meeting detail, they have overwritten. Okay, here the text box is created, otherwise it displays meeting information as the app name. It takes as meeting information, that is nothing but the project name is displayed as the app name. You can change here, okay, it will display the same thing. Okay, and if you don't want to display this, you can also overwrite on this a text box. You can keep no need to keep the text box. You can change text of the app. You can change text of the app. To change text of the app, I'll tell how to change text of the app. Okay, it is not a text box. See, the text of the app is meeting information. Go to layout. Okay, in that go to activity main.xml. Okay, it displays this layout, and it displays the app name in the leftmost corner, you can just drag and drop, and you can adjust that app name to the center, as well as you can change the app name. To change the app name, you can change the text of the app name here using the property as meeting details. Okay, text of the app name as meeting detail, as well as you can change the background color. Okay, you can change the background color of this, as well as you can change the background color of this tab. Okay, this tabs. Okay, to the tabs also you can change the background color. Okay, to change the background color of this uh, ID, that is title ID, you have to go to text background. Okay, you have to go to background color. Background color you can select, and you can select from the dialog box. Okay, whatever background color you want to apply, can select from here. Okay, you can apply, as well as this background color you can change. Okay, it is changed to this color, as well as this tabs background color you can change by using background color property. Okay, now during executing, how it displays schedule meeting and get meeting info, that is very interesting. You have to go to strings.xml, which is under layout string.xml. Click on strings.xml, and it will be displaying some other information. You can type whatever information you want to display in the first tab. First tab it is schedule meeting. Okay, and second tab it is get meeting information. Okay, you have to change string.xml here. Okay, to get this interface. Next is to, when you click on schedule meeting, it has to display this activity. Okay, you have to design this activity as a separate activity. Okay, for that purpose you have to create a new activity. To create new activity, you have to right click on the app, and you have to select new and then activity. Here already the new activity is created. Okay, I'm going to show you that activity in this Java folder in com.example and meeting info. Two additional activities are created, that is fragment 1 and fragment 2. Okay, you have to right click on this com.example or meeting information. Okay, and create activity, or you can also right click on app to create new activity. New activity is fragment 1, and the fragment 1 is designed with its XML or using interface. Fragment 1 is given as fragment layout 1.xml. Okay, and fragment 2 is taken as fragment 2 layout.xml. Here two activities are created. You have to right click on com.example.meetinginfo, then new, and then you have to create activity, and then you have to select empty activity. In that empty activity you have to design the interface. Now in the fragment 1, you can see the design of a fragment 1 with the date, time and meeting agenda. Okay, and add meeting schedule as the text box. Okay, and you can keep first this as text view. This is a text view. And what about this? This is a widget. Okay, widget to display the calendar. To give the calendar, you have to go to widgets palette, and then you have to select a calendar view, and you have to drag and drop calendar view and adjust its handles, adjust the calendar handles. Okay, and next there is a button. Okay, the calendar view's ID is changed as mcal. ID of the calendar view is given as mcall, mcalendar. Okay, this is about fragment 1 design. Okay, to adjust the meeting schedule. Next one is another activity you have to create. Two activities. One is fragment 1, another one is fragment 2. Okay, in the fragment 2, okay, you should design interface for get meeting info in this way. Here also it is designed to fragment 2 is designed to select date to get meeting detail, and there is a calendar. Once again there is a calendar view from the widget, and whatever date you select from the calendar, it will be displayed in the text box. Okay, it has to display in the text box. You have to write the code for that, and then when you click on search to get meeting detail, you should access that meeting detail from the database. Now when you store meeting detail by using add meeting, it has to add to database, and when you select search to get meeting detail, it has to retrieve from the database. How to do this? To do this, you have to create a class for database connection. How to create a class for database connection? To create a class for database connection, first you know you have to create a class. Okay, right click and create a class. Okay, and when you create a class, it just displays public class and with the class name database connection. And now you have to write extends. Okay, because you are going to use database. Okay, therefore you have to type extends then SQLite helper. This you have to type. When you type extends with SQL, it displays you options to select SQLite open helper. It is very easy. Okay, you can select from the given option. It's already given. When you select database connection extend SQLite, it allows you to override its constructor. Okay, it allows you to select from constructor from a drop down box. Okay, and I already shown 1 minute. Once again I am going to show you. When you right click on this okay, meeting information, right click and new, and when you select Java class, okay, it just creates a Java class and extends. You have to type with the SQLite open helper. Okay, then it allows you to select two handles. One is a constructor of SQLite open helper, another one is on create. Okay, on create, the two methods on create and on upgrade. Okay, using SQLite database object on create and on upgrade, you have to select. You no need to code on create and on upgrade, but here you have to modify the code. Okay, existing code you have to modify. Okay, because you are going to create a database with your own name. When you are going to create database with your own name, okay, you have to, yeah, you have to change the code of the constructor by calling super method, super, then context, and then meeting db dot db. I'm going to show you how to do this without showing it will be confusion. Okay, first you have to type, right click, java class, select class. Okay, select class and give class name as dbms. I'm giving class name as dbms. Okay, and press enter. Okay, it creates a new class with the name dbms here. Okay, you can see a new class, and then you have to type extends, and then sql then you can select SQLite open helper. Okay, and then it shows it in the red color because two methods how to select from this. Click or press alt enter. You can select this drop down method, drop down box, implement methods. You have to implement two methods. Select this. Okay, it shows the first method as on create. Just select OK. These two methods. Once again it's showing red, indicates you have to click on this red mark, and then it shows you a bulb with the suggestion. You have to select create constructor. You see, create constructor matching super. You have to select create constructor matching super. Then it allows you to select constructor SQLite open helper. Okay, select SQLite open helper. See, now that red mark gone. Now in the super we have to write context name of the database. Here in the database connection, same thing is given in the super method. Okay, in the super method you have to give super context already there, and in the name you have to type database name meeting.db. This you no need to change, this is already existing. You can see here the context already existing, but you have to just give database name that is given here meeting.db, and then no need to change anything else. See here factory is there, version is there. In the place of factory give null and version 1. That's all. Okay, this way you are going to give the database name. Okay, only that change you have to do in a database connection class. Okay, once you give database name, next thing is you have to create one method to insert values into the database. That should be done in database connection.java class only, as well as to fetch the content from the database. Okay, two methods you have to write. First thing is, first step is how to insert content into the database. Okay, public boolean insert values is the method name with the string d, string t, string argument. Indicates you are going to receive three parameters. Okay, that is date, time, and the meeting agenda. Okay, three parameters you are going to receive from this schedule meeting, and then you are going to create the object of SQLite database by using SQLite database object name db equal to this dot get writable database. This dot get writable database, because you are going to write to the database, and then to store the values as content value object, you have to create the object of content values class, content values cv equal to new content values, and then cv dot put method you have to write cv dot put, then the attribute name is date, and then object name or the value or variable name is d. cv dot put time as the attribute name, and value you have to write t, which is received here. and cv.put agenda is the attribute name, and you are going to store agd which is received through this insert values method. And then result equal to db.insert, okay, and insert method using the table name, meeting table, any table name you can give, meeting table you have given. And then next second parameter is null, third parameter should be cv, is very important, it is content value object, okay. And you are going to write the cv to the table. If result equal to -1, if result equal to -1 means then it returns false, otherwise it returns true, okay. It indicates the content is inserted into the database if it returns true, okay. And next thing is to fetch content from the database, cursor fetch, public cursor fetch method, okay, because it returns the cursor fetch method. Here it is creating the object from get readable database using this, because this objects, this database dot get readable database, and then cursor c equal to this object name db dot raw query, and select what time agenda, time comma agenda from the meeting database, where date equal to transfer date, equal to transfer date from the main function. Transfer date is d, okay. It retrieves the transfer date, it retrieves the meeting agenda according to transfer date,